from the Digibros. Today we got Blue. Blue was one of probably the most underrepresented deck out of both Super pre-releases I went to. At both events, I believe there was only one blue player. The first one, it was my partner Kai. Second one, it was our homie Troy. Who was trying out Blue. Blue has a bunch of really cool cards. Blue's very mid-rangey. It has a bunch of like, I want to say control stuff. It has a bunch of bouncing and spinning stuff to the bottom of the deck. So yeah, we're just gonna hop right into the Blue deck profile. Blue's really cool. Got a bunch of the 7 Warlords. That's like, it's thematic. You know, we got Sir Crocodile over here. Mr. Zero. He does have the skill of Don -4. You can bounce one of your opponent's 5 or less, 5 cost or less characters. So, like I said, it's just a bunch of like bouncing and stuff. Crocodile's really cool. He's got that drip. He's got that cigar hanging out of his mouth. So yeah. So starting off, we do have our 4 1-drop 1K blockers. This one's Trafalgar Law. You know, everyone loves Law. Sorry about that, guys. This is a bit cringy, just a little bit, but Law's, you know, just we've talked about this in our other deck profiles. 1K 1-drop blockers are super crucial, especially within this like early like meta game. Super good. And up next, I am going to be playing 4 copies of Bartholomew Kuma. Kuma is okay. He's 2-drop 3K, and then on play you get to look at top 3 and put him in either the top or bottom of your deck in any other way. But he does have that life trigger right there where it does play this card, and so does the Bo Hancock right here. So we're gonna max out on both of these, just, you know, so that way when your opponent like swings into the life, you can play these out for free. Just having more bodies on board is really crucial, and this deck has 8 of them, where all the other decks only have 4. So that's really cool. Boa, she's a blocker, just like her Trafalgar Law, but she's a 3-drop. That's a bit pricey, but she does have that, you know, life trigger. And then the Kuma on play, being able to rearrange the deck. If you don't like the top 3 cards, you can put them on the bottom, or if there's one of the cards you like, you know, rearrange it as needed. And so follow up, we do got 2 copies of the Edward Weevil. Like I said, I do think the 2 and 3-drop vanillas are the best. I've said that in all of our deck profiles so far. We just wanted some extra bodies and things that had counter. And the 1-drop ones just aren't good enough, and most of the decks red. Like I said, I think it's solid just because you have the other effects to put Suspend and Dawn on them to buff them up. But he's been pretty solid as a 2-0 in our testing this far. And moving on, we do have the Sentomaru and the Pacifista package. Sentomaru, Dawn X1. You pay 2, and then you can float a Pacifista out from your deck. Yeah, the deck. That's crazy. Digimon doesn't have anything that floats from the deck, and so One Piece in the very first art deck, we can float stuff out from the deck. So you do have to play the 4 Pacifista. I know I've been talking about vanillas, how we don't like them that much, but you're able to tutor them out from the deck for free with Sentomaru. Especially if you can keep Sentomaru up on the field for several turns, whether your opponent tries to attack over and you use one of your blockers to protect it. Just being able to tutor out these 6K vanillas every turn and swing over the stuff that try to attack with the Sentomaru. Really strong, especially in the first set we get more like Pacifista support. I definitely think this engine can go a really long way in the future, so really strong. So moving on, we do got 4 copies of everyone's favorite laugh, Gecko Moria. So Gecko Moria is a 4-drop on play. You can add 1/7 Warlords from your trash to your hand, and so that's going to be everything we talked about thus far, except for these 8. These aren't going to be 7 Warlords, but everything else we've talked about previously is. I don't believe he can add himself back. Other than stuff, yeah. So Gecko Moria can't add itself back, but you can add all this other stuff. So if you want more blockers, you can add those back, whether it be the Law or the Boa. Kuma, we will, and then you can also add the other stuff that we're going to be talking about soon. Really, really strong, just being able to recur stuff out of the grave. So, including the teach right here, Martial D teach, old Blackbeard on play. You put one of your opponent's characters that cost 4, 3 or 4, 3 that cost 3. Back into their hand, so he's on play, bounce one that costs 3 or less. Really strong. Like I said, there's going to be a lot of stuff that puts stuff back in hand. We've looked at the Crocodile already, and now the Martial D teach, the Blackbeard, can also be used to put stuff back in the hand. Once again, the Gecko Moria can add this back to your hand as well, in case your opponent's trying to, you know, put up blockers and stuff. You're trying to play that, bounce the blocker with the game. A bunch of cool stuff like that. Moving on, we do have 4 copies of Mihawk. Mihawk's actual effect is just okay. He's got a Donix 1 when attacking, you can draw 2, discard 2, just try and get some cycle. And with the Gecko Moria, you can play it later to recur some of the stuff that you discarded back off of it. But the main reason we play 4 of this is because he is our super combo, he is our 2K counter. So really you just want him in hand. If you do need to get a little bit of cycle going, you can do his Donix 1 when attacking, but most of the time you'd rather just keep him in the hand for the 2K counter. Once again, Gecko Moria can get him out of the trash if you do need another 2K counter for later on. And so, moving on, this is going to be a 2 and 2 split of both the Promo Crocodile and the Stardeck Crocodile. They both have their pros and cons. Both of them are blockers, or this one, Donix 1, he gains blocker. This one has blocker natively, but Donix 1, when blocking, you put one of your opponent's characters with a cost of 2 or less at the bottom of the owner's deck. So that's cool, just being able to spin stuff to the bottom of the deck whenever he blocks. I don't know, just most of the time, if they got like the lower ones, they're not really going to be attacking, so you can like utilize the effect of being able to spin them back to the bottom. And this one, I like them because he's a blocker, a bigger blocker, that also has counter power. So that's something that I really liked with him while testing out. This one doesn't have counter power, so it's just player preference, whichever one you like. We've been trying out this ratio. We've been liking this ratio thus far. Once again, they are both 7 Warlords of the Sea that you can get back with the Gecko Moria. So wrapping up our character count, we got the boss of the deck himself, old Joker, old Don Quixote de Flamingo. Card is exceptionally good. He's a 7 drop, 7 power on play. You get to return one of your opponent's characters with a cost of 7 or less from their trash to their hand. Really, really strong. So, you know, green, they got their big kid on the field. Just being able to play this, put it back, you know, that really sets them back a turn. All these ones that, you know, like put them back to the hand, sets them back huge, because then they got to like play it again the following turn, and then they got to wait another turn for them to attack with it. So if you can, you know, especially do multiple of these, or like the teach where you can put, you know, a bunch of stuff back in the hand, or the Crocodile, like I said, it's very mid-rangey, very, you know, kind of controlledly, put a bunch of your opponent stuff back. Then you also got the floating aspects from the Centauro. So yeah, so you're kind of really controlling the board status, putting big stuff back in the hand, stuff like that. Really cool deck. That's going to wrap up our characters. For our event cards, we have 4 copies of the Love Beam. Love Beam, it's going to be 2 costs. It's going to do our 4K counter. Then if you got 3 or less cards in your hand, it'll let you draw a card. Like I said, there's not a ton of draw power within the game, but you know, just having that effect to give you the additional draw is pretty solid if you do, especially if this is like the 4th card in your hand and they attacking you, where it'll play this, just being able to draw again. Really, really solid. Moving on is probably the best card in this entire deck, I can't lie, and it's going to be Sables. Sables is a 4 drop. It says return one of your opponent's characters with a cost of 7 or less back to their hand. It's literally Doflamingo's effect in the 4 drop. I mean, I understand Doflamingo, you put body on board, but this is still really, really good, and it does have the same trigger to activate main effect. So yeah, so that's going to wrap up our blue deck profile. Once again, Sir Crocodile has been really, really strong. I don't know why he was so underutilized at the Super Pre-releases. I think the deck's pretty strong. We know that green's like the strongest, and I'm partial to red myself, but blue's really good. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. Was blue underutilized at your super pre-release, or was it just the 2 I attended? So yeah, once again, I am Noah from the Digibros. If you're liking this One Piece content, make sure you like the video, comment, tell us what you want to see next. Subscribe to the channel if you want to see more awesome One Piece card game content. I will catch you guys later.